You find higher love, and then everybody just slaps you down for it. I'll tell you what, there's a divine aspect about my relationship with Robin.
The facade is finally crumbling, and the secrets Kody Brown fought so hard to bury are now spilling out under the blinding lights of a courtroom. Once hailed as the head of a reality TV empire, Kody now finds himself cast as the villain in a real-life drama darker than anything Sister Wives ever aired. What began as whispers of family betrayal has exploded into a full-scale legal storm, with Kody facing the unthinkable, a possible 35 years behind bars. And in a gut-wrenching twist, the very women who once called him husband are now lining up against him, one by one, delivering betrayals that sting harder than any enemy's blow. At Flagstaff, Arizona, the tension inside the courtroom is unbearable. Each testimony feels like a dagger, each revelation heavier than the last. Kody Brown, the man who built his identity around control, unity, and faith, now stands accused of tearing his own family apart. According to sources close to the proceedings, sealed charges suggest not just personal failings, but potentially criminal offenses that could ruin him forever. Fraud, tax evasion, financial manipulation, and even parental alienation. Court documents already reveal Kody Brown, his third wife, has struck the first and perhaps deadliest blow. She has launched proceedings to establish paternity for her underage daughter, alleging Kody's name was never placed on the birth certificate. It's more than paperwork. It's a symbol of erasure, an accusation that cuts straight into his credibility as a father. Kody isn't stopping there. She is demanding custody, backdated child support payments, and a permanent injunction forbidding Kody from attacking her character in public. For fans who once admired their marriage, the courtroom filings feel like betrayal and vindication all at once. But Kody is not alone. Janelle and Mary are reported to be preparing their own cases, targeting the murky financial empire Kody and Robin quietly built in the shadows. They are demanding full transparency over accounts, businesses, and especially the sprawling land at Coyote Pass, a parcel that was once the family's shared dream, now turned into its greatest nightmare. Both women allege they were cut out of crucial decisions, their financial stakes diminished, their trust shattered. And then comes Robin, the so-called favorite wife. Once seen as Kody's strongest ally, Robin is now under fire in court documents for allegedly benefiting disproportionately from those same secret transactions. The revelations are staggering. Insiders claim Janelle discovered land parcels once held in joint ownership had been quietly transferred into Kody's name, or worse, into Kody and Robin's names, without her knowledge or approval. Friends say Janelle felt robbed in broad daylight, her years of loyalty and financial contribution rewarded with betrayal. For fans, it confirms the suspicion long whispered. The playing field was never equal, and favoritism wasn't just emotional. It was financial. The question dominating headlines is simple but terrifying. Could Kody really face 35 years in prison? Legal experts suggest that while the figure may be sensational, the only way such a sentence could become reality is if Kody were convicted on multiple felony charges: fraud, tax evasion, child support contempt, or worse. Still, even the possibility of such a punishment has shaken the Brown family to its core. Behind the scenes, the fallout is devastating. Kody has already moved truly to Utah, vowing to give her daughter safety and stability far from Kody's shadow. Janelle has retained aggressive legal counsel, determined to reclaim her share of marital assets and expose every hidden account. Mary is quietly reorganizing her finances, bracing herself for whatever storm lies ahead. Robin, once untouchable, is cornered. Her name dragged into documents that could brand her as complicit in Kody's alleged financial games. And for the fans, it's chaos. Social media is ablaze with outrage, disbelief, and endless speculation. Some mourn the collapse of the family they invested years watching, while others argue this unraveling was inevitable. Long-standing accusations of favoritism toward Robin, of emotional neglect toward the other wives and children, are now resurfacing with new force. These aren't just storylines anymore. They're sworn statements, legal filings, and possible evidence in a courtroom battle that could define the Brown legacy forever. As Kody sits in court, the reality is sinking in. This is no longer just sister wives drama. This is his life, his freedom, and his legacy on trial. The patriarch, once seen as unshakable, is now standing at the edge of collapse, and the betrayal of his wives may be the final blow that takes him down. What once shimmered as a fresh start for the Brown family has now been unmasked as the stage for their deepest fractures. The sprawling Arizona land known as Coyote Pass, once marketed on sister wives as a dream of unity, has instead become the family's ultimate curse. Court filings now allege that Kody and Robin's names dominate the property titles, while Janelle and Mary were quietly erased during refinancing deals and restructuring. The betrayal runs deeper than fans ever imagined. In sworn depositions, Janelle's heartbreak is palpable. She testified that she poured tens of thousands of dollars into the land's mortgage and upkeep, believing Kody's promise of equality. "I was promised equal ownership," she reportedly told her attorneys. "I sacrificed, I paid into this dream, and now I'm left with nothing." That testimony has set the stage for civil fraud claims, with her legal team weighing lawsuits to reclaim her share or demand damages for years of financial deception. Experts caution, if Kody misled the women about ownership, this isn't just a messy divorce. This could trigger criminal fraud charges. And then there is Robin Brown, Kody's only legal wife since 2014, standing in the eye of the storm. Though she has not been officially named as a defendant, her shadow looms large. Legal analysts argue that Kody may have exploited Robin's legal status, her tax benefits, her inheritance rights, her unique standing as the only legal wife, to shield or even hide assets from the other women. Mary's legal team hints at this strategy in their filings, suggesting that Robin's name may have been used as a cover to move property and funds out of reach. Was Robin a co-conspirator, knowingly complicit in Kody's scheme, or was she simply a pawn caught in the crossfire? The debate rages on. On social media, the backlash has been merciless. Hashtags like Styles Free the Sister Wives and Robin Knew have trended repeatedly, reflecting public fury over the imbalance. Fans argue that Robin was handed legal privileges none of the other wives ever had, while Christine, Janelle, and Mary were left vulnerable. Some still defend her, saying she may have been manipulated just like the others. But public patience is running out, and every new revelation pours gasoline on the fire. Meanwhile, the children, the 18 lives at the heart of this fractured empire, are now bearing the heaviest burden. Several older kids have broken their silence online, rallying behind their mothers. Christine's daughter, Gwendolyn, has been especially outspoken, blasting her father for years of favoritism and emotional neglect. "He was never really there," she claimed in one post, accusing Kody of keeping distance from anyone who didn't worship him. More chilling are the affidavits involving younger, still dependent children. One guardian admitted grave concerns about the lack of consistent paternal support, even alleging Kody attempted to limit contact between certain children and their mothers after separations. If these allegations hold, the court could impose harsh measures, custody modifications, restraining orders, even supervised visitation. In extreme cases, family law experts whisper, Kody's parental rights could face termination, an outcome once unimaginable for a man who prided himself on fathering 18 children. While emotions tear through the family, another battlefield has opened: money. Kody's fortune, once estimated between $800,000 and $1 million, now hangs by a thread. Court fees, declining sister wives' ratings, and ex-wives demanding restitution could drain it dry. Fans haven't forgotten the failures of past ventures either. Robin's jewelry company, My Sister Wife's Closet, long ridiculed for its lack of transparency, has resurfaced in legal conversations. Multiple wives claim they invested in the business only to watch it collapse, without reimbursement or accountability. To untangle the mess, at least one ex-wife has hired a forensic accountant tasked with combing through more than a decade of financial records. If mismanagement or outright fraud is found, Kody may not only face civil suits for restitution, he could be staring down criminal charges. And what of the TLC empire? The network has remained silent, but insiders whisper that executives are panicked. Season 19 may have wrapped with a focus on Christine's fresh start in Utah and Janelle's financial struggles. But producers know the real ratings gold, and their worst nightmare, is this courtroom saga. With cameras barred from courtrooms, crews are reportedly following the fallout outside. The tense meetings, the public statements, the whispered reactions. Rumors swirl of possible spin-offs spotlighting Christine and Janelle, who now command loyal followings on Instagram, YouTube, and podcasts. These women are no longer just ex-wives. They are rebuilding their lives as influencers, advocates, and survivors. The shift in public opinion is undeniable. Once viewed as an experiment in faith and plural love, Kody Brown is now painted as a cautionary tale of power, control, and ego. In viral threads across Reddit and Twitter, fans dissect every filing, every statement, every move. One comment summed it up best. Kody always said it was about love and God, But in the end, it was about money, control, and his ego. Now it's all crumbling. Legal experts warn this case could go down in history. It may not just redefine Kody Brown's legacy, but also shape how courts handle plural families in the future. With lawmakers in Utah already drafting bills to protect partners and children in non-recognized unions, Kody's downfall may become the spark that changes family law forever. What began as reality television is now reality justice. And for Kody, the curtain is closing fast. It's closing fast.